We're still friends, right? Shout out Starbucks, huh?
Wow.
$27? Was that for one drink? Hello everyone, I'm 5'2", as my height definitely suggests. That's not funny. And as you can hear that, I actually have a guest today. Please welcome...
Carla.
And how do you know me, Carla?
I met you actually on a business trip to Shanghai.
Pulling the race card. Normal. This is going to be a long video. But today I want to go over her budget and what she's doing well on, what she can improve on, and just generally help her out with her finances. She has very willfully agreed to join this, and this is not just a present for her for this being Hispanic Heritage Month, but she is in good spirits, and hopefully we get some good information out of this, and we move forward.
I can be rich.
Yes, hopefully, hopefully one day. But
one day.
It's not gonna be today, tomorrow, right? Money isn't built overnight. Carla has so graciously sent me her bank statement for the last month. We're gonna look over it. I have some questions here, and then we'll see what we can get out of it. First off, Carla, can you tell me what your job is?
I murder chickens.
You murder chickens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're a restaurant worker?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. And what is your current situation? Like, are you like working or just working? Are you doing anything else? What's going on with your life?
I work and I go to school.
So are you one of those students where your parents pay for everything, or are you just a poor college student?
I'm a poor college student.
Oh, okay, good. So your parents didn't bribe anyone for you to get in. That's a good person right there. Make sure I note that down. Looking more towards the financial side of things, what are your goals in the future? What's your plan for the next 5 years, next 10 years, or even further if you have that down?
Just to save money and be responsible with my money.
Are you planning to save money for anything, or is just save money? Do you have like a target goal? Do you have something you want to buy, something you want to save up for?
I want to buy an espresso machine.
That's a fair goal. That's a fair goal. Espresso machines are expensive. It's not something that you can do overnight. As a fellow coffee snob myself, it's you gotta buy the right things, right? Does this have anything to do with where you used to work in the past?
At Starbucks.
Oh, so that's why you want the espresso machine.
Yeah.
Holds on to past.
Stupid. You're stupid.
Okay, so if you want to buy these big items, what is your credit score?
I think when we checked it, it was 742.
742? Okay, that's pretty good. That's enough to get you good rates on a house if you want that, a car if you want that. But you're set for life.
What can I say?
And then outside of the money that you currently have, what about your investments? Do you have anything invested for the long term, the short term? Do you have an investment account?
I think I have investments with Starbucks.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah.
You have that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
Future roast 401k, as Starbucks likes to call it. And then you also have an individual account, which means you invest on your own, essentially.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, so you don't know that. Okay, that's a concern. You have this money that you set aside. Okay, so you're actually up 9.43% year to date, so that's a good start.
What does that mean?
That means from the balance at the start of the year, you will have 9.43% more. So you've made money this year. So you know what? That's a good start. Let me see your investments. Okay, so you have everything in a blended fund, which is the Vanguard target for 2065. So a Vanguard target, which it just means that at 2060, this investment is scheduled for you to retire at 2065. It doesn't guarantee how much you have, but they kind of adjust your portfolio for when you retire in 2065. So that usually what that means. Yes, yeah, but that's when usually people retire. I mean, so what they usually do is they have a lot of stocks at the beginning, and then towards the end, it's going to switch more into bonds, something a little bit more safer than a stock. That's essentially all it is. But at least you started, and that's the hardest part. And this is a lot better start than a lot of people would have. If we go to your individual, I'm assuming this is just Starbucks stock because you've worked there. Yes, so it just seems like it's a lot of Starbucks stock, which is you're actually up 4.82% all time. So you've made money in the long run, and I'm assuming there's also dividends. You have $81 in here that you could buy more stock with. So which means that your money isn't being used to its full potential right now.
So should I use that money?
Why not? If it's just sitting there and it's not, I don't think even in Fidelity that it's getting interest. You want to put that money into something where it can potentially gain more long term. Shout out Starbucks, huh?
Wow. Heck yeah.
If you want a retirement account, just work at Starbucks. But I also see that you don't have any cryptocurrency, so that's another good check because that means you're not a gambler.
What is cryptocurrency?
We don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
And then do you have any debt on you? Any school debt, car debt, house debt? I'm assuming not house debt.
No.
Okay, so you're debt free. And so that means your net worth is actually positive, which is, if you put it into perspective, you're actually in the top 50% of people that are your age in terms of net worth, which is a very good start because a lot of people will have debt going into school for whatever reason, and that puts them behind once they start their career. So this is actually a good jump for you. I did notice some things on some of the statements you have. So your credit card balance. Yeah. So I saw you did make a payment, but your balance is still at $692. And this was for last month. Did you end up paying that off?
I did.
Okay. Because do you know what happens when you don't pay it off in full?
I get charged an interest fee.
Do you know how much that is?
I think it's $25.
So that was the so I saw that number. That's the minimum payment. So to not get fully dinged on for missing a payment. The interest rate that you would actually pay is like 29.99% at Bank of America. So if you don't pay off everything in full, that extra amount kind of gets carried on and interest is added to that. And that's like 30%. So that's like California state tax times 3 on the unpaid stuff. But because you're paying it off, you're actually avoiding that and you're saving yourself a lot of money long term, which is good. I told you, I didn't come here to rip on you. I came here to look at it. And you're doing well. Like nothing here screams that you're doing bad.
Yay.
But you did say you're working. How much do you make? How many hours do you work a week, and how much is it approximately an hour?
I think I work like 16 or 20 hours a week.
And approximately. Okay, so you're looking at 400, like about like that. Okay. Is that correct? Can I?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
No, that's good. That's at least if you know that, that's a good start, and at least you know that you are bringing in more money than you spend, which is at the minimum that you need, especially now because you're in college.
Okay.
I also did see something that caught me off guard. There was this payment from your college.
You saw that?
That payment from your college. Is that a one-time thing, like just this month, or is that like every month?
It's a semester thing.
It's a semester thing. Okay. And did you pay off your tuition this month with that too?
I don't pay for college.
I see. Okay. So essentially it's just extra money that you're getting. Okay, so it allows you to, I guess, relax a little bit more, not worry about working too much. You heard it here first, guys. She doesn't like working with me. She's trying to get out of it.
That's not true. That's not true.
So it seems that you are making it more than enough in order to support your current lifestyle. What about for the future? How much do you plan on making in the future? And do you think that'll be enough for at least like the first X amount of years? What's your goal income? Tell me about it.
I don't know. I don't have anything planned.
So that would be something that I would think of as a concern, right? Because when you're looking to your career, you want to start looking, how much am I going to get paid? Is this worth it? And then because after that, if you don't think it's worth it, there's always the potential to earn more if you get a master's of some sort, right? You are public health. So there's also always the masters of public health administration. Savage on these masters, ain't no chakras on my feet.
Yeah,
that you would be able to take. It's boring. But there's also other ones. Is what I'm saying. Like in the case where if you look ahead and you see that your income that you're projected to make isn't where you want to be to cover all your expenses, there's always a chance to make more. And so just having that like 5-year plan will kind of give you that common the relaxation of not worrying, right? That would be the one thing that I would look at. Like, yes, just because you're good now doesn't always mean you're good in the future. So looking forward to that can help you plan out long term to see how things are.
Okay.
Spending. That's a nervous grin.
No.
So I did see some big one-time purchases. The first one was the Maluma tickets. He actually has a song called Amigos con Derechos, and it's a good thing that in Spanish, amigos references both men and women.
You're dumb.
I also saw the Man City jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Expensive. Soccer jerseys are expensive. Man, I hope they have a good season that isn't shitty.
This is great banter. It really is.
No, they just won something.
They missed the joke.
Well, I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know about soccer.
It's okay. But yeah, they did just win, so I guess it is a purchase to commemorate.
That jersey was for that one guy with the giant calves.
Jack Grealish.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I will put a picture of Jack Grealish's incredible calves right here. Oh man, the horse legs on that man. And I'm assuming that was for your boyfriend, right? Yes. How thoughtful. As I've said before, being in a relationship costs you a lot of money. So I also saw an expense for Maku tea for $27. Was that for one drink?
No. It's not that expensive. That's reasonable.
I just like to point out how expensive boba tea has gotten nowadays. It is costing an arm and a leg. You can't afford anything. Everything here is unaffordable right now. I also saw you went to the Cheesecake Factory 3 times in a month. Were they special occasions or just something that you like to do because you like the Cheesecake Factory?
I think one was I think a birthday.
Okay.
I think the others were just for funsies.
I see. I'm just saying that when in a time where there's like a lot of birthdays or a lot of celebrations, that's something that you can budget for, so you know whether you have to work more during those months to plan ahead, so that you can afford a lot of these expenses, or if you can save more. Because buying cake is expensive, right? Especially Cheesecake Factory, and so by thinking ahead about these things and putting in your budget, yes, I'm going to be contributing towards this person's birthday. You can kind of like be a little bit. You can be financially secure without worrying about how much you're spending. And that's the only point I wanted to bring up with that.
No, that's a good point.
Cheesecake Factory is good though. It is good though. Another thing, there's a few transactions from CVS and Walgreens. Are those just...
Oh, because I buy lunch there.
Oh, you buy lunch there. And why do you buy lunch there, of all places?
Because I don't like the food we serve at work. Well, and because I don't eat anything there.
That's true. Carla is a vegetarian, and we work at a chicken shop.
I've never had something so bland.
So, is the polite way of putting it. I only would say stuff at a pharmacy is always overpriced because it's a pharmacy, and that's not where they need to bump their margins there. It's a lot cheaper if you either bring food from home, like I know that we've done, or go somewhere cheaper. That's the only thing I would say. But besides, I've only saw I think 2 or 3 transactions on all of these, so I don't think that's any sort of issue at all. There were 2 concerts this month, so there was the Maluma one and the one that you went with that you paid with Zelle. So I'm assuming, is that often? Okay.
No.
It's just a one-time thing that everything happened there. Everything else, it looks honestly fine to me. Like buying groceries, that's a normal thing. Entertainment, you actually don't spend too much. I think I have $1,300, but compared to your income for this month, that makes a lot of sense. Clothing, there's a reasonable amount, especially for someone who went to 2 concerts. It's a very reasonable amount.
You're right.
And then, I know some stuff. I do want to say that you did mention to me earlier that there was an Amazon transaction. And you don't know where that happened. To be financially responsible, I say you take care of that as soon as possible. If you don't know where that came from, you should definitely look that up, because losing the money is one thing. Getting your account hacked too is a completely different thing. Spend a bit on health, but I think you had either some contacts or some glasses that you had to buy.
Oh yeah.
And I think some beauty products, which also makes sense because you went to a concert. You know, just because I'm a guy doesn't mean I'm not in touch with my feminine side. I know there's differences here. And there was also one other thing. There's this thing called like agent assisted transfers and like service fees. You know what those are? I saw those and I was a bit confused too. There's one for 3 cents, so that could just be...
Oh, that's because I closed my checking account. No, my savings. I closed my savings account, and all I had in it was 3 cents.
Oh, okay. So you gained 3 cents essentially. Okay. And then there was also a service fee on August 25th. that I saw.
Yeah, that's why I closed it, because they were charging me service fees
They charge you service fees
for a
that?
savings account.
Okay, let me just make sure this is right. So originally they were charging you fees every year for this savings account.
No, every month.
Every month? How much was that?
$5.
$55.
$5 a month for savings. That is a lot of money. Especially now. The one thing I said, Bank of America is a very old school bank, and they make a lot of their money through fees. If you can, I'd look towards like probably a more modern banks, maybe something that's online or something that at least doesn't charge a fee for checkings or savings. At least when you're young right now. When you're making a ton of money, sometimes those benefits are necessary in terms of like transferring money. But if there's no benefits from getting that service fee charge, I'd say look for another bank.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's at least a good thing that you made that change. Don't get me wrong, I am like pointing out a lot of stuff, but it's also for a good reason. And it's not like you did the wrong thing, you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's better late than never. In terms of like your unnecessary categories of spending, I mean, if you really wanted to go to the wall, like you could probably save a few dollars here and there, but I don't think it's very necessary because like you're still young, you're still having fun, and you are making more money. So I think this month you brought in about 5.2 grand, and 2.1 of that was from your work, and then your expenses were 4.9 with a few big payments. I think there's the credit card, which was the big one, and then entertainment was big, but you also had 2 concerts. But everything kind of balances out this month. But it shows that you're keeping track of everything, which is good, even without a budget, which is very good, because it's very easy to get out of control, especially when you're using a credit card. So yes, your income is higher than what you spend for at least this month. But consistency is the key.
Okay.
So what's your plan going forward for getting higher income and to keep your spending around the same or keep it under? So I know you're in college right now, so I'm assuming you're trying to graduate and eventually get that job. And you have how much longer left in college?
A year.
A year? Okay. So 1 more year working with me. She wants to leave so fast.
Shut up. No.
You're going to finish in a year. And after that, hopefully you're going to get that bigger, better job that's paying you more. So that's your way of getting higher income. So at least you're working towards that. In terms of spending, do you see yourself having any unexpected expenses or bigger expenses when you do graduate college?
No.
I mean, do you plan on getting like a car or something like that?
I have a car.
You have a car. Oh yes, that's your sister's car that you mentioned, right? Yes.
No, that's Dana's car. I have my own car.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, so you have a car.
So Dana's car is under my name. It's technically my car.
Yes.
But I have my own car, but I already paid it off. It's done.
Oh, okay. So you're just being a good sister. Oh wow, you're so nice, so caring.
I know.
Okay, so that makes sense. But so there's no real big expenses that you have. Like you don't plan on moving out anytime soon. You're just trying to get yourself through it the next like few years. Try to build your savings up to whatever you end up figuring out your goal is. And so that's the few things I would get from my conclusion, is just to figure out what you want in the next 5-10 years. Because yes, you know what you want in the next year or so, which is to get a job to work. But then what happens after that? Do you just want to be working and then not thinking about anything after that, or think about something after that and have a goal that you want to work for so that you can kind of plan things out? And so that's the only thing that I would say. And you have a good budget. You have a good financial system, it seems.
Okay.
I mean, there's obviously some more tracking that could be done, but if you want to get really obsessed with it, but you are doing what you need to do. It's like you have a good budget, and honestly, looking at this, there's a lot of people worse than this everywhere, and so you are set. That college education is paying off.
I hope so.
Shout out our shitty college.
I went to Brown. I mean, I'm going to Brown University.
Oh yeah, but with that being said, I'm still 5'2". Carla is a whole foot taller than me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of this, there will definitely be one more coming. So hope you enjoy. We're still friends, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna ask our manager to take you off all the shifts with you, right?
Why would I do that?
You have a one-on-one with our boss to get me off.
That was something different.